Hello, I'm Lanning with 15 minutes of the latest news updates on VTV News. Here's what we have in store for you. Deputy Prime Minister seeks to accelerate signing of free trade agreement pact with EU. And Vietnamese designer Minh Hạnh honored with the Fukuoka Arts and Cultural Prize. Now, first up, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Văn Ninh is now on a working visit to Europe. On Friday, he was received by Vice President of the European Commission, or EC, Valdis Dombrovskis, in Brussels, Belgium. At the meeting, the Deputy Prime Minister confirmed that Vietnam always considers the European Union one of its most important partners. He also asked the EC to help accelerate the signing of the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement by the end of this year. Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Văn Ninh also sought the Union's support in recognizing Vietnam's market economy and for Vietnam's initiatives on issues of mutual concern, such as response to climate change, disaster risk reduction, water resources, food and energy security, and sustainable development. Vice President and General Secretary of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee Vũ Trọng Kim led the Vietnamese delegation to the International Association of Economic and Social Councils and similar institutions that took place in Moscow, Russia from September the 17th to the 18th. He also had a meeting with the co-chairman of the All Russian People's Front Central Headquarters, Alexander Brushalov. At the meeting, the two sides exchanged experiences and future plans for cooperation in order to boost the comprehensive partnership between the two countries. The two sides also agreed that there will be a delegation of the Russian Social Institute to visit Vietnam in November for further implementations of these plans. We're now moving on to other news. As Vietnam's economy integrates further into regional and global markets, more attention is being paid to the competitiveness of Vietnamese enterprises. We take a closer look at what's being done to help improve domestic companies' competitive capacity in the following report.
According to a survey by the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, around 46% of domestic private firms and 50% of foreign invested ones plan to expand their businesses in the near future. Several big companies have identified their strategies in this increasingly competitive market.
Tax will not be a proper tool for competition. It has become quality. In order to export high-quality products, we need to invest in technology.
To prepare for integration, our company has been focusing investment in well-refined products to meet foreign markets' demands.
However, funding still remains a major obstacle for many enterprises in pursuing technology to improve product quality. Enterprises must identify their positions in the supply chain to make sound investment decisions rather than pouring money into just anything.
Made in Vietnam products should first cater to the domestic market. Only after proving their quality and brand should they think about exporting to other markets.
As companies are trying to improve their capacity to remain competitive in the regional and global markets, proper mechanisms and incentives are needed to create connections among domestic companies. Once companies can firmly hold their positions in the domestic supply chain, they will be able to perform in an integrated market.
The Vietnamese cashew mango is about to be exported to Japanese and Korean markets, some of the strictest markets in Asia. This is a good news for fruit growers in Vietnam. But in order to export sustainably, there remain some challenges facing Vietnamese fruit producers. Let's take a closer look in the following report.
This company is one among 4 Vietnamese fruit exporters that have been granted quality certificates to export mangoes and dragon fruits to Japan. However, the company is facing shortage of mango produce as supplies in the regions have been damaged largely due to disease.
The cashew mango is really good in this region, but the fruit quickly becomes moldy and rotten. We're hoping to receive some guidance in dealing with the problem.
Another issue is maintaining supplies over the low season. For fruit exporters, fruit export volumes are very low at several tons per year, much lower than demand from export markets.
We're working to find solutions to improve the manufacturing chain in order to bring added value to these export fruits.
Local authorities of Đông Tháp province are looking into solutions to build a research and development center to improve the value of fruits in the region, including the Kachu mango. The province is set to making efforts to help enterprises improve export of the fruit.
Exotic Vietnam is an intriguing blend of many charms. This land is where all manner of stunning landscapes await like a visual feast, rivaled only by the beauty of its people and their abundantly rich tradition and culture. Here is where you can relive the past in richest color or live it up in the bright lights of the big city. With so much more to offer, Vietnam is simply unforgettable.
You're tuning into VTV News. Now, in recent years, Vietnam has welcomed many Japanese volunteers from programs in different fields. In the following story, we will meet with one such volunteer, Yamamoto Kenichi, who is working in a hospital in the coastal city of Da Nang.
Kenichi has been in Da Nang City for almost a year. He works in the orthopedics and rehabilitation hospital. His works include helping patients with exercises and exchanging knowledge with other staff.
We
have worked with Mr. Kenichi since October last year through Japan International Cooperation Agencies or JICA. We call him Ken. He has helped our staff improve their medical knowledge.
Ken was a former physiotherapist at a major hospital in Japan. After retiring, he came to Vietnam with a desire to use his knowledge and experience to help unfortunate patients.
Now I had this challenge to work in an Asian country. Da Nang's citizens are very kind and cheerful, and they helped me a lot in my living day in Da Nang. I like soiga and bánh canh the best. I eat them every weekend.
The country and its people have grown closer to Ken. Though being far from home, he still joins in exchange activities between Vietnam and Japan.
Through Ken, I know more about the Japanese. They are so gentle, hardworking, introverted, and disciplined at the same time. I participated in the Vietnam-Japan cultural exchange activities. I'm very happy to see many Vietnamese and Japanese participated too. I'm glad to know many Vietnamese students who can speak Japanese so well.
Volunteers like Yamamoto Kenichi have brought Vietnam and Japan closer than ever and positively contributed to the relationship between the two countries.
The national launch of Vietnam's Clean Up the World campaign kicked off in the northern province of Hưng Yên this morning. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment has chosen the theme Take Action for a Sustainable Rural Environment for this year's campaign in order to stress the role of environmental protection in rural areas for advanced and sustainable production. Clean Up the World campaign, which was initiated by Australia in 1993, has been launched by the United Nations Environment Programme globally in the third week of September each year. The campaign has become an important annual international event which attracts the participation of millions of people across the world. In Vietnam, the campaign has drawn the participation of over 60 provinces and cities across the country. Now, it is estimated that only about 20 Indo-Chinese tigers are left in the wild in Vietnam. This number was revealed at a workshop on preventing and combating wildlife trafficking held recently in Ho Chi Minh City. Representatives from the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, expressed their concern that this wildlife animal will be extinct if no proper protective measures are applied. Participants proposed to develop a legal mechanism on wildlife trading control. According to the Forest Ranger Department under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, an average of 1,095 wildlife protection regulation violations have occurred annually over the last 5 years. During this period, nearly 60,000 endangered species were seized. Now into some cultural news. Vietnamese fashion designer Minh Hạnh received the Fukuoka Arts and Culture Prize on September the 17th. Minh Hạnh is the first Vietnamese to win this prize in the culture segment and the second Vietnamese to receive the Fukuoka.
Minh Hạnh produces contemporary fashion designs based on Vietnam's many ethnic cultures. Her fashion shows and cultural activities have helped introduce Vietnamese culture to the world. Established in 1990, the Fukuoka Prize honors those who have made outstanding contributions to academia, art, and culture across Asia.
We have awarded 99 prizes for many nationalities in the past 25 years. This year, we are very happy to honor the first Vietnamese to receive the Arts and Culture Prize.
Her work fuses the áo dài with time-honored embroideries and fabrics inherited from Vietnamese ethnic minorities. Over the past 2 decades, Minh Hạnh has actively trained young designers in order to promote Vietnamese culture through fashion events at home and abroad.
This prize is another step toward introducing Vietnamese ethnic culture. I hope to reach a broader audience.
The Fukuoka Prize is among many awards the designer has received. Running until September the 20th, the event introduces Japanese audience to Minh Hạnh collections with the áo dài as the highlight.
Now, weather forecast comes next, giving you the latest update on the weather scene. That's it for now on VTV News. Do log on to vtv4.vn or youtube.com/vtv4go for more updates. Hope you catch us again tomorrow. Make it a wonderful Saturday, everyone. Goodbye.